They say the best boat is your friend's boat.
I can see the giddiness in your eyes.
I know. And right now, we're giving our friend's brand new hybrid electric catamaran a little exercise while they're away. Her name is Second Star, and she is a beauty. And we've only been aboard for a few days, but we're already deep in cruiser mode. We're anchored off Little Farmer's Key. It's a tiny island in the heart of the Exumas, and it's the kind of place where life moves with the tides. And if you time it just right, you can score a free pedicure. Don't worry, you'll see what I mean.
Another rainy day, we're gonna go explore a cave, because it doesn't matter if it's raining when you're exploring caves. And swimming, snorkeling, all that kind of stuff.
Gonna be wet and dark anyway.
Yeah.
Our friends Jason and Laura have been running charters here for years, so they know all the hidden spots. The Bahamas are littered with caves and caverns. Some are famous and packed with snorkelers.
Hey, here's the cave. Nice.
And others are so off the beaten path, they feel like a speakeasy. No crowds, no signs, just a quiet place where if you sit still long enough, tiny pink shrimp emerge from the cracks to clean your toes. It's strange, it's wonderful, and it's exactly the kind of magic you miss if you're in a hurry.
Windy and rainy.
We've got the grill going. We're gonna do some blackened fish, some garlicky vegetables. We've got a salad, some cheese. Laura's made some fresh chocolate chip cookies. So of course now all I can think about is cookies because that's what I smell. I'm like, who needs dinner? Just have cookies. But we're gonna have ourselves a nice little not sunset evening because I think the clouds have taken over. But we're gonna enjoy the evening. It's gonna be good.
Awesome.
I think you're the day by candy today. Yeah. But in all fairness, Stefan has been down cleaning bilges and engine rooms and everything else today. So he's been working.
Service with a smile. Come all the way here to host people, then you do all the maintenance work too.
So you think I'm on holiday, you know?
Yeah.
You look like it right now. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
There is nothing better than the simple joys of an impromptu dinner party. Good food, better company, and a priceless ocean backdrop.
Having spent a little time with Jason and Nikki and Stefan for the last several days, we discovered how they have a love of rum, and I wanted to share really a collection of my favorites with them tonight so they could experience some of the things that I love about rum. So we have 4 Caribbean rums and 2 Spanish rums.
Stefan likes it spicy. This one did get a little spicy.
Including my breakfast.
Oh, yeah. See, a little bit of our Texas is rubbing off on him now. Yeah, get him into the Tex-Mex.
I'll be giving, having hot swirls on my croissant when I get home.
Out here, we're away from the bright city lights and the sounds of rush hour, and time slows down.
Old faces. New to the tasting?
And evenings like this become the treasures that we cherish the most.
As a Spanish rum, it's got a different flavor profile anyway, but then it also has the sherry aged rums.
And the fancy rum doesn't hurt either.
What was everyone's favorite?
Definitely the Lux.
Okay, definitely the Lux.
5 and 5.
5 and 5.
Yeah.
I'm happy with either of the last two.
The 5 and 5.
5 and 5, okay.
The Lux. They're just cheap. I don't know.
So we had our first dessert, which was the rum. Now we're having our second and third dessert because this is what kind of cobbler?
Apple and plum.
Along with some chocolate chip cookies. I mean, this is just gluttonous if I've ever seen that.
So you're not going to work tomorrow?
I'm not going to that meeting tomorrow morning. Totally unrelated with the rum tasting.
Oh, what did you say? The rum tasting? The
rum
rum tasting?
Yeah.
Thank you again.
You're so welcome. It was awesome.
So let's talk about relationships and the complexity that comes along with living in tight quarters and working together. And we're having this conversation thanks to our sponsor, BetterHelp, because we were talking to our friends over on Tahina the other day about what it's like to be a couple, be liveaboards, and run charters together. And there were just so many relatable moments because, I mean, we already spend every waking and sleeping moment together, and that alone is enough to challenge any couple. But throw in operating a vessel when something goes wrong and trying to keep your cool in front of paying guests, like that is a whole other level. So we just have so much respect for our fellow seafarers, you know, be it a couple or best friends or siblings that have just figured out the secret sauce to making it all work. And more often than not, good communication comes up a lot. And luckily, Jason and I have always been each other's best friends and confidants, but it was my therapist a few years back that said, look, it's a lot of pressure to be each other's everything. And that was like a big aha moment for me because we are often far away from family and friends, and it was just a good reminder of how important community is and how important it is to lean on that community and not just each other all the time. But if for some reason we find ourselves struggling and just like nothing is working, it's nice to know that therapy is available anytime from anywhere, because BetterHelp is completely online, making it super easy and convenient to get started. You just go to their website, you answer a few questions, and they will match you to a professional who fits your needs and preferences. And you get the same service and quality as you would from an in-office visit, but with the ability to schedule live sessions by phone or video. And you can message your therapist anytime you want. And if for some reason you feel like that therapist just isn't a good fit, BetterHelp makes it super easy to switch at any time for no additional fee. So if you are struggling with something and you feel like you would benefit from a therapy session, just click the link down in the description box below or head over to betterhelp.com/gonewiththewinds for 10% off your first month of therapy. Jason on the helm today.
A little nerve-wracking, you know, first time driving a new boat. Shallow water, everything looks skinny. Ooh, that sun. Ooh, man.
Want some sunnies?
Yeah, I'll get some sunnies and some sunscreen in a minute.
Okay.
Let's get out of here. Quite a bit of current.
Hey now, I want to find my own way out.
Oh, yeah. Gotta change clothes.
Yep.
How about the camera?
Camera's okay.
Escape this boredom and break down. There's nothing left for me. Stay loud, I'll bite the bullet and lay down. So no one knows when I came down. There's nothing left for me.
Oh my gosh, we had 11 knots of true wind and we got the sails up, everything was fine. We thought, okay, let's let it settle for a minute. We'll go fly the drone. Sure enough, by the time we get the drone up, the wind is dropped to 6 knots of true wind. So we are moving at 3 knots of speed and the Ginniker is having one hell of a time staying full. It's probably not the best drone footage, but it's still good to fly the drone. Ginniker jibe!
Well, we lost our buddy boats. Everybody has moved on, and now it is down to just the 3 of us. We are headed to another little key here in the Bahamas, and we are going to, I don't know, do some exploring because we've got some very light wind for the next day or 2, which means we've got time to explore above and below water, and that is our only plan, which feels really good because it has been a long, long time since we have been out here just doing our thing out on the sea, exploring, sailing, no real schedule. Well, little bit of one, but not really, you know? So it's kind of like, go where you want, do what you want, go with the wind. I've missed this. But it's weird to call it a cockpit. Can you still call it a cockpit?
I think you call it a cockpit, forward cockpit, right?
Yeah, I guess it's still a cockpit. It's
Yeah,
just
It
forward.
just feels weird
It does.
to say that. It feels weird to say that.
Yeah.
It actually feels pretty comfortable.
No, it's very comfortable because you're kind of like in the center of the boat, so it's like you really don't get a lot of movement. You don't feel a lot of stuff. It is a very unique experience, and you're so stinking protected in here. Like, you got shade. You're not really in the wind too much. You just get a little breeze through the little openings here, you know. It's almost too comfortable. Get a little bit lazy. Little bit lazy in here. All right, just shout if you need me.
Well, here we go. We've just made it to our pass. We furled in the sail. Stefan's still on a conference call. Nikki's about to take a conference call, so it's just me. Just me in the pass, and the shallow water, and the anchoring. No pressure. I got this. Easy peasy.
Well, my friends, we have moved up to a slightly different little anchorage spot here, looking for some good snorkeling, some diving. And this side is, of course, so shallow everywhere around us that there's not much around other than sand and some turtles. So we are going to head to the outside and check out the wall, assuming the wind isn't too much and the pass isn't too much. I don't know. It's going to be an adventure no matter what. We're going to go see something. And meantime, Stefan is going to set up his kiteboarding gear, and he's doing dances and making sacrifices and praying for some more wind so that he can kiteboard. And if not, then we'll do some towing behind the dinghy and we'll do some wakeboarding. You're supposed to be setting up your kite gear. What happened?
Well, waiting for the breeze, you know. waiting.
In all fairness,
It'll come.
it is the weekend for Stefan, so
It is. Chill time.
finally.
You know, the real magic of boat life has very little to do with the boat and more to do with all the blue surrounding us. Because, let's be honest, only seeing the ocean from the surface, well, that's like going to the circus and staring outside at the tent. You're missing the entire show. So let's take a stroll around the neighborhood. The moment when my face breaks the surface, that's when we transition between worlds. Because up there, we're sailors. But down here, we are in an alien realm for as long as our breath holds. Check out that massive barracuda. He is hovering like a creepy silver torpedo with a permanent poker face. And can you believe all these lobsters, cocky little bugs, strutting around and flaunting their delicious tails like they've got the hunting calendar memorized? There's something about freediving that strips everything down. The boat, the journey that led us here, the planning ahead, it all disappears. And it's just the breath in my lungs and this incredible sense of being exactly where I'm supposed to be.
Good morning. It is 4 a.m. We decided we should do a little night sailing. We got some wind. It's actually a little bit chilly, kind of surprising. And we're gonna sail down towards Georgetown. Nice little downwind sail. Maybe we'll turn around and go upwind for a little bit. I don't know. It's too early to think about that right now. Bring up the anchor and get out of here.
Womp womp. Jace got up to make coffee and unfortunately
Forgot to clean the drip tray before we left. It got a little rocky out of that pass with the opposing current and wind. And yeah, we got coffee spilled everywhere. Not the best way to start the day.
so we are cruising along right now. We're getting between 8 and 10 knots of speed, and we have 13 knots of apparent wind, and we are downwind, and man, bit of a sleigh ride this morning. It's beautiful. So I'm here in the cockpit on watch, looking out, drinking my coffee that Jace has made me, and he has actually got the kitchen light on so he can see back there, but it is not affecting me at all up here, which is not normally the case because typically you're back behind, or if you are, like you're at a nav station which is close to the windows in most boats, and if somebody else in the galley has the light on, it just kills your night vision. So the fact that we kind of have the glass behind us and a little bit of separation, and I'm just so much further forward, doesn't really matter with, you know, whoever's doing back in the galley. It doesn't ruin your night vision. It's really nice. And there's Jason.
Cappuccino coming up. Boards down. We've been enjoying this downwind sailing for too long. We're gonna punish ourselves with some upwind sailing. Here we go, guys. We're at a 50-degree angle right now. Tails are pretty happy. 60.
35.
All right, you got 21 knots of apparent wind, 8.5 knots of speed, true wind 15. We're at 35 apparent wind angle and holding. Here comes a big wave. So if it was really bad, we could close these doors. Nice. 10 knots of speed. 10 knots of speed.
Now what are you thinking you're gonna do?
I think I'm gonna tack and we're gonna eat it because we're gonna go straight into these waves. So right now this is still pretty comfortable. Even though we're 35 to 40 upwind, we're still moving along between 7 and 8.5 knots, depending on my steering. I'm not gonna say I'm helming this absolutely perfectly, but it's really comfortable. We haven't gotten splashed yet. Want to get splashed? I got the self-tacker, so it'll set itself. That's a big wave coming!
Oh, you're taking it easy.
16 knots of true wind, 20 knots of apparent wind. I'm sitting at about 40. Woo-hoo-hoo! Sail looks pretty happy. Come on, water, is that all you got? Is that all you got, waves? Staying dry.
Pretty uneventful, eh?
Yeah,
Are you disappointed?
I am a little bit. Like, I got maybe a couple droplets on me. And we're 23 knots of apparent wind, beating right into it at 35 to 40 degrees. Huh. I thought it was going to be way worse.
Okay, upwind test complete.
Yeah, barely got wet. Well, I didn't get wet. We just got a little bit of spray. And now we're at 90-ish, doing about 9 to 10 knots. Not perfectly trimmed because I didn't move the car over far enough, but it's nice to get some sailing in, some active steering. Oh, we're gonna switch sails next. Code 0 out, doing a little bit more upwind at about 60 degrees, 15 knots of apparent wind. We've been seeing a cool 10 easy, and 11 and 12 kind of is our highs. I think we saw 12.2 for just a second. Not too bad, especially for a novice steerer, helmsman.
Yeah.
But that's the sailing word for it. Yeah, I'm all over. I'm bouncing from like 80 to 50. I am watching the tailtails. It is fun to steer.
It's brekkie time. What up? Spot. Good stuff right here.
That was nice. We were able to sail in through the pass. Look at those big old reefs. Woo. We'll be anchoring just outside of Georgetown tonight because Stefan wants to do some kiteboarding and there might be enough wind and we have some video editing to do. So we're gonna be sitting down in the office and around the table just working away. What a great morning. We got to use all the sails. We got to go upwind, downwind. Yeah, it was fun to get out, see what it looks like at night with all the glass and the reflections, and it wasn't as bad as I had thought it might be. So that's cool. And you know, now we're rocking up all before lunch. Not a bad morning. Not a bad morning at all.